Kay has great talent. Her songs just hits right on the nail, and it just lifts my spirit anytime I listen to her songs. And I hope you are inspired as well. I did mention that I have a guest that will be joining me on the show, and she's here, none other but Adaeze. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I hope I pronounced your name very
did.
well. Now, Mondays we have a topic that we talk about, and today we are looking at controlling your tongue. And I want to know, has there ever been a situation whereby you said something and later on maybe you didn't mean it, but you found yourself that the words that you said came to pass? How did you feel about that? Share with us.
Well, personally, I think I've had few experiences with that. I ended up saying something that in my heart of heart, I didn't really mean to probably maybe hurt the person with my words. And it ended up, the person ended up taking it the wrong way.
Oops.
And maybe let me talk about the tongue. The Bible says that life and death lies in the power of the tongue. So if whatever you say comes to pass, so you have to be careful about what you say. Personally, I've had a lot of experiences on that. You know, I realize that sometimes I say things and people get offended when when I feel they actually shouldn't be. So I realized that no, when you want to say something, you think about it. Ask yourself, digest it. How would the person listening to you feel? You need to be very careful before you utter your words. So words, yes, they are very powerful.
Very, very powerful.
And when you say negative things, something like "may will," you know, that kind of, I don't have money, you know, those kind of things. When you say
so
exactly, yes, you realize that you just don't have money because you've declared it.
Yes,
Minisika, I don't have money, but you should get to the point where you say positive things in your life and you see them happening.
As I said, even when you're joking, you need to be positive.
Exactly.
Yes, my viewers that are viewing me that do not know you want to know, who is Adaeze?
Adaeze. Okay. Adaeze is a gospel artist.
Okay.
She's a lab scientist by profession. She has a very strong passion of helping the needy, and actually she has a foundation called Save the Child and Widow Foundation. So what we do is that we take care of needy children. Because of this COVID-19, the education system is, you know, especially with the primary section, is kind of on hold. So we take care of less privileged children, especially the orphans, and then we started in 2018, so currently we have 2 people we are taking care of.
Oh, that's good.
In school.
That's great.
Yes. And then with the widows, what we do is that during the Easter and then the Christmas, we usually organize programs for them. Okay. So that's what we do yearly. Yeah. So Adaeze, she's very passionate about her music. She loves music.
She loves music, and she loves God as well.
Of course. She's nothing without God.
In fact, we're all nothing without God. You did mention that you're a lab scientist. How do you combine the two, music and lab science?
It's determination. It's determination and planning. Okay. At a time, if you're doing the lab, you need to focus on that. If you're doing the music, you need to focus on the music. Like, for instance, it's not all the time you go to the studio to record. So it's about planning and then being focused and then being determined. And also, I do a lot of, you know, I pray a lot in my closet, asking God to, you know, direct me and all that. Yes,
your voice sounds like a prayer warrior. You pray a lot.
No, yeah,
But why music, especially gospel music? Why?
Gospel music because, one, I'm a Christian, and 2, those are ways that God gave me to reach out to the people. Some of my songs are my personal experiences, and there are songs that I want viewers to listen to, and for instance, His goodness. I want people to know, appreciate what God has done in your life. For you. And I always tell people that the fact that you are alive is a testimony. Yes. Because just imagine the COVID-19, thousands of people lost their lives. Millions. But you and me, we are alive to see this day. So it's a great honor to, you know, be alive. And when you think about the things that God has done for you, for instance, myself, I mean, twice I almost died. Wow. Yes, I was very sick. And I went through some personal experience, which I'll share about later, not today, yes. So, and in all those times, I just, depended on God, and I spent more time in His presence. So maybe I hope I'm not going too fast, but those are the times when God just drops those songs in my heart. So my songs are there to just encourage people, to let people know that God never changes.
Well, when we get to your song, you tell me the story behind You Never Change. But let's look at this music industry. A lot of things. I've interviewed a lot of gospel artists on the show, and it's like it runs true. The system isn't so favorable, especially to women. How are you coping with this sort of system? It's like everything does not work. We really do not have systematic ways of doing things, especially in this music industry. How has it been so far for you?
It's not been easy. Thinking about the fact that I do everything myself.
Wow.
I don't have a manager. I don't have a producer. I mean, I do everything by myself, and it hasn't been easy. But somehow God has a way of sending helpers your way, for you to move on. Now with the music, I think in Ghana, I don't know about other countries, but in Ghana, we don't really have structures in place that makes upcoming musicians like me to showcase what they have out there. We don't really have those systems. In a country like South Africa, I was told that even by just a station playing your name, the government pays you. Wow. So I was really shocked. I was like, really?
We have a long way to go.
We have a long way to go. And it's like, once you're an upcoming person, you are not a known person, it's not really easy pushing your song. You might even send it to be like, okay, and everything is about money. Even for it to be played, you need to pay, and if you don't have any support, it's very difficult. So it hasn't been easy.
Wow. But yes, still you are determined to,
do
the work of God.
I am very determined.
We are going to enjoy your song, He Never Changes, and after this one, we talk about the story behind, because obviously there's a story behind all her songs.
Definitely.
So let's enjoy this one from Adaeze, He Never Changes. Adaeze, yes, You Never Change. And this song won an award. Tell us about it. Before you tell us a brief story behind the song, tell us about the award.
Women Worship God's Music Award in UK.
Oh, nice.
I thought it wise to make the song Best Music Video of the Year 2020.
Wow, wow. How did you feel about that?
It was my first award. So, and it was my first video.
Wow.
So I feel like heaven. And I just give all the glory to God. I mean, this is my very first video. And thanks to Director T, I mean, awesome work.
He did well.
Yeah, he did very well.
Now tell us briefly, because we have a few minutes to wrap up, tell us briefly the story behind the song that won an award.
I went through a personal challenge.
Okay.
Which, like I told you, I'm not going to talk about now. It was a very painful season, and I don't know. I had to just depend on God. Things went upside down for me. I mean, it was more like moving from grace to grass, but I depended on God. At that time, it looked like people that you even expected them to, but I just decided to put my trust in God. And through that, I fell sick.
Wow.
And at the verge of my bed, I was telling God that you never change. And you will not allow the plans of the enemy to prevail over my life. And I depended on Him. And I think that those times, it made me become very close to God. The whole of my life, I don't think I've ever been close to God like I did in 2017.
Wow.
So it was during that time that I spent time in prayer, I spent time in worship, and I can tell you that I had 20 songs that year.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And each time I just open my mouth and worship, the words, the songs just drop. I keep recording. I'll be like, okay, God, can you just hold on for me? And it's amazing because I never thought that God could use somebody like me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me check my time, but I wonder if we can talk about His goodness. Even though the video is not out, let's talk a little bit about His goodness. Why His goodness, and when are we bringing the video out?
Hopefully in October.
October. I'm definitely here for you.
So I'll be
when it
having,
drops.
I'm looking at having an album launch either in October or first week in November.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Definitely, I am here for you. But finally, any projects, upcoming projects for you that we your fans, I'm your fan now, to look out for, and also your words to your fans, so that I can wrap up.
I want to say thank you to all my fans. I mean, you've been wonderful. You've been awesome. Just keep following me on my social media handle.
So share with us.
Adaeze Music Ministry on Facebook, and I am Adaeze on Twitter and Instagram. And you can go on YouTube and you type Adaeze, You Never Change, or Adaeze, His Goodness. And then so we are looking at in October, like I said. If not for the COVID-19, I would have had my album launch in May. But hopefully in October or November, we should come out with the album launch, and then we're also going to work on His Goodness video.
His Goodness. I like the song, and I was a little bit disappointed that there was no video, but since you said...
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Please release it so fast so that we, your fans, can enjoy it. Thank you very much for being on the show.